Hey there, gamers. Welcome back to Bandit Souls Cryptic Gaming here. So, I want to show you a few things as you are progressing through Aeternum. New World Aeternum. Alright. So, you see this thing says Season 6 up here. What you want to do is occasionally go over here as you're completing missions. It's up to you how you want to run through the season passes. If you want to pay the money for the premium, looks like you get some stuff, a little bit better food. You get some gold, glyphs. There's quite a bit of stuff that you're going to get in here, some tokens and some things like that. Now, obviously, we're not seeing the entire pass here. There's a whole lot to this pass, guys. But I do recommend at least trying to complete the basic pass, which is free with the game, because you're going to get a lot of cool stuff in here. Now, maybe you wonder, well, how exactly do I complete this pass? Well, there's a couple ways you're going to do this. One of them is called Journey. You're going to come up here to do the Journey. You're going to look at Chapter 1, and it's going to show you all the different stuff that you have actually completed. So the ones with the green check marks are stuff that I've actually claimed. The ones without the green check marks I still need to claim. So we're going to come in here, we're going to claim this. All right, so we have an expedition point here. See what else we got. You can look at these: breach busting, corrupted breaches. Now these are going to be located across the map. I do recommend these when you see them. They're actually a lot of fun when you're with a group. Complete 3 activity cards. Maybe wonder, well, what's an activity card? Well, we're going to show you that real quick. You go to this activity card, and depending on what you're doing, same thing. You're going to do kill 2 named enemies. Kill 10 beasts. You can do that pretty easy. Gather resources. That's any kind of resources, just gathering that stuff up, guys. You're going to come down and look through these, and you're going to complete these cards by, hey, guess what? Just click on it. As you complete, it's going to show you things that you can click on here. Now, it does appear that I still need to run some more stuff, unfortunately, but look, it's not that big of a deal. We've got 3 of our stamps, so we need another stamp. We'll be able to finish this card here out. We've already done a couple of these. But that's how you're going to progress through this pass, folks. And once you actually get to where you have earned that reward, you would click on it. The lock would remove. You just click on it, and it puts it into your inventory. So that's pretty good. If you just watched the stream we did, we went ahead, we ran through one of the burrows that you actually do. It's kind of a raid you do with your friends. This is one of the first ones that opens up, Starstone Burrows. I do recommend that you run that and run it many, many times. When you come into your faction commanders here, let me find this guy, folks. Okay, so you can locate these fellas in just about all the towns or even at the main faction hub. But you're going to pick up missions. What I do recommend doing is doing all the missions. But if I get one that's for a raid, what I typically do is I wait until all of them line up as raids, all 3, before I'll enter in there. So when you run through the raid, you want to take your time, let the enemies respawn if you have to, so you can complete all those raid points. So all 3 of these were for raids, plundering the raid points to Starstone Burrow. Then, of course, your raids. And we completed those when we went through it one time. So we managed to complete all 3 in just one pass. So not a hard thing to do. Then here we got hunt. So we're going to do this hunt next. We're going to do this plunder to shattered obelisk also. So those are going to be some great things. Then, of course, you want to come in and check and make sure all of your points are getting assigned like you would want. Then, of course, make sure your weapon masteries and stuff are getting completed as well. We're still working on these. We're getting there. Okay, now what we're going to do, we're going to start adding some of these extra abilities on here. Now, you can add all of it. You want to fill this card up is the plan. As we've got, like, the fire staff. We've got, about 3 more on this little card here to fill up. Then, of course, we can start focusing on fire mage if we want to. I do recommend that you focus on one side. If you're going to be a fire mage, that's cool. If you're going to be a pyromancer, you want to be the pyromancer. Most of these are going to be ranged attacks, pillar of fires and things. Some of these, this in here is kind of a ranged attack. This is a little bit closer in, the flamethrowers. And then, of course, a burnout, which is where you charge the enemy and you have a fireball around you. We'll show you what that looks like real quick. And you would run straight into the enemy and it sets everybody on fire. So I do recommend that you do that as well. So let's hop in here. I want to look at some of our stuff. What I have been doing, this is all from that pass that we ran a minute ago. Went through the burrows to get all this crap in one pass. Not a hard thing to do. Some of our weapons are pretty high level coming into these 400s now. Now, unfortunately, not all of those are going to be blue tier, so you might have to run it a few times. Now, you can go over and you can buy from your faction lead as well, and I do recommend that you do that. What I am looking to see if I opened up a great axe that is a higher level than the green one I'm currently using. This one looks like it's pretty well even, 390. It is blue, however, which means that it has a gem slot. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on. As much as I like the other one, I think it looks pretty cool. Go ahead and equip this one here. Now, what do you do with the rest of the stuff? Well, that's up to you. What I do is I just come in, and if it's not something I know a team member's going to need, I just get rid of it. So like fire staffs, I think I'm the only guy using a fire staff right now. Green, I typically just go ahead if it's not something I'm using. I do know we've got a couple of heavy berserkers coming in, some pretty heavy leads. So we're going to hang on to these hammers that we get as well. Put those back in our inventory. Anything under 400, I don't bother. The heartstring bow, we're going to hang on to that. I think we've already got one of those in here. Yeah, so we're going to hang on to that. That way we can get that to our members. 350s, I don't bother hanging on to that kind of stuff. So this is the Staff of Befouled Temple. This is a life staff. As far as I know, we've only got one healer in the group. So if that's something you're interested in doing is being a healer, we're going to need some more healers, guys. I do recommend doing those borrows with a couple of healers. You could do it with just one. You could do it with none. We just made a pass without one. But, man, you use a lot of healing potions. So I'm going to come through here. I think we got a guy that's using hatchets as well. I'm pretty sure our guild lead uses hatchets, so we're going to save that hatchet for him if he wants it. Again, I don't keep the greens at all. I get rid of those. I don't know if anybody uses long swords, but we're going to hang on to it just in case. Okay, so we're going to put these in our inventory. Then, of course, we have all these nice little, costumes that we've got. We're starting to get these back into blue. I had been buying a lot of these in the past. We'll put that on. We've got a new ring, so we're going to put this ring here on as well. So these shoes are a 500, which I think the ones I'm currently using are 389. Now, I typically don't like to equip green, but when you have that big of a boost on it, you got to really look. See, it's leather working accumulation, so you can actually 2% yield while leather working. So I'm going to hang on to that one probably for if I do some leather working later, I can have it. Ancient breastplate of a barbarian. So again, it's green. We're currently using this blue one, which is 399. This one's got 8th strength, 8th constitution. This one here has 7 strength, 7 constitution with an empty socket that we could equip to if we wanted to. Like I say, right now, I'm not bothering with equipping any more gems. I'm hanging on to those for my better gear. Now, early stage, you can do that if you want to, but like I say, you really got to be careful that you don't have too much garbage. So, looks like we're going to have another slot, so we can put another ring in there later. So we're going to hang on to that ring for now. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of this garbage that we're not using. Again, this is green versus the blue. I think I'm going to go ahead and switch it over. And the reason I think that this is the bound item, I think the reason I'm going to do that is because this one's actually a little bit less on some of that stuff. So we're going to get rid of that. Get rid of that. And Obelisk Pathfinder boots, 398, 15 strength. 15 strength, 389. It's got vigor. Slash conditioning. I think we'll keep this one. It's got that extra slash, so both of them would be pretty nice. Okay, then your crafting mods. You pick these up all over the world. I do recommend hanging on to all that stuff until you get your crafting to a higher level. Now, some of that stuff you're going to merge into better equipment to craft better gear. Some of it is just, little ingredients you're going to use as well. Arcana, same thing. Make sure you save all that stuff back. You can see we've got a lot of mission line stuff here, say back, that we can turn in, and we will get those items turned into when we get to that. When we get to the location where we turn that in. I should have turned those in the last time I ran the Barrow. That's that dog, the giant dog. If you've seen it, if you've ran that, if not, go back and watch that other video where we're running it. And you got to turn those bones into that dog. Unfortunately, I didn't bother with it. So this is rating the Shattered Obelisk. Again, if you're lucky, you could get these where you're going to end up with multiple of the same. And then, of course, the hunt, which is not a big deal. We got to go hunt that Woodland Lynx, which is in that area too. So we could get all three of those done in the same area. And that's how I try to balance my stuff. Now, you can run all over the map, all over heck and back, if you want to. What I try to do is I'll do one, come back, see if I can start. Once you get them lined up, they typically will all line up to the same area. So we got 4s and 5s. So again, we got another burrow we can run, Shattered Obelisk. This is going to be outside of the burrows. And then you're going to come over here to this Fell Tempest. But you're going to kill all the little skeletons that are out here on the outside. You don't actually have to go in here to do this one yet, because it's not a raid. You want to make every move count if you can in this game. That is the main thing. So I've been reading a lot of reviews on the game. It sounds like a lot of people are loving it. I know I'm loving this. It's we play a lot of Skull and Bones, the Banished Souls group. We really do. But it's gotten to a point where we're still waiting on some of the PvP and some of the other options that are coming in, later into the game. It's one of those live service games. It just takes a little bit to catch up with the demand of what folks are wanting to play. And that's nice to have this, because this is ground while that's more over toward the sea. So it's been a really nice addition to our group. So if you're also wanting to join into a really nice Discord group, I do recommend shoot me a comment. We're going to get you an invite link in, and we are in specific servers and worlds on this game, folks. That's something you need to understand. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you want to play with us, you need to make sure that you are in a US East server. That's where we're building our company right now. I believe we've got a few folks in here now. We're been doing pretty good. I'm going to focus on doing some recruiting later this afternoon when people start getting on, but we've got about 7 folks now, which is pretty awesome. We're coming into our own pretty nice. Looks like everybody's kind of leveling up nicely as well. So we need to get a few more folks added in. We need to find them so we can do that. Our treasury is coming up pretty good, and ranks, we're just kind of focusing on a lot of the we can do management, communication, it has to do with your rank. If you're an officer, it's going to have what you can do as an officer, what you can do as a settler, etc., etc. A lot of basic stuff. When you come in, if you're looking for your friends, so we got some friends that are online. Treats, he's actually in our group. This Amy, I'm not sure if they're in our company. We're going to send him an invite. I think that's one of the random players. Wolfbane, that is our lead. So we're going to wait for him to come online too. So, but you can play with randoms as well. I do, and I recommend doing that. That's a great way to recruit. That's typically how I recruit in most games with that are PvE or PvP type stuff. Playing, dungeons. That's basically what these raids are, is dungeons. Now, understand there's far better than that. You got five people, I believe, join these, which is pretty cool. You can do 3 to 5 folks in there. But then there's like the 20-player raids, which will be if you're taking over towns, taking over these. Let's see if I can get one to come up here. Yeah, here's one that's coming up for battle or for a claim. It's already been claimed. Sweet. Okay, so you'll see these keeps that pop up. That one was just recently. You got to queue up for PvP in order to run them. But once that happens, you can jump in with random people in your faction or within your company as well and join. We are in the Marauders faction. If you're wondering, yes, you have to be in the same faction as the company. We are in Marauders right now. That may change later, but as for right now, we seem to be pretty happy with Marauders, I think. So we're just kind of keeping things together and trying to get everybody into the same server, which is pretty awesome. But I am loving this game. There's so much stuff to do when it comes to your character builds. I mean, There's so many weapons to choose from, and any character you choose, when you choose a character at the beginning of the screen, really the only thing that matters, you'll see three options at the bottom of the character, and it tells you what their base stats are. So it may give you a little bit better mining or some gem working or some leather making or, stuff like that that has to do with crafting skills. But you can build those up on your characters as well. You can change to any kind of weapons. You can max all these out if you want to as you progress. So like we've got fire staff going on. We had the ice gauntlet. We got it up to 7. It was okay. Wasn't real big on it. I do like the fire staff for ranged weapons. But when it comes to being up close, I'm loving this great axe. Now, it may be one of those situations where like the Warhammer may come into play where I've been giving some thought to think about playing that. We got the flail and shield. You'll notice I've got a shield on the back of my character. I don't actually play with a sword and shield. It's just mostly cosmetic look. Yeah, I think it looks pretty cool. It doesn't actually pull it up, but if I switch my weapons, then yeah, I'll be able to carry a shield on there as well. So cosmetic plus actual uses you can get out of these things. So that's always pretty awesome. Looks like we need to search for some chests, and then we need to hunt down lynx. Then we need to defeat some ancient guardians. These little half measured guys, they are not guardians. There's 3 up here. We need to get over here to the bridge, or the stairwell. So we can get up. Once we get up here, we can start finding those guardians and destroying those guys, grabbing some chests, and then we'll go hunt that lynx. When you have to hunt, you have to make sure that you hunt, and you have to make sure that you skin the animals as well, because if you're not skinning them, you're only completing half of that quest. I know it could be kind of frustrating when you get a lot of people hunting the same things, and you both kill it and you both get credit, but only one person gets credit for the skin. So it just kind of, you got to be quick on that button, guys. Again, getting our boxes, so we need 5 of these. Looks like someone's already up here, or been up here, so a lot of the guardians are dead. They will respawn. Not a big deal. Now I do know there's a few guardians downstairs that we could work on. And there's 5, got to kill 3 more. I think we need a couple more boxes. Okay, so we need to get 2 more guardians done. 1 more. Alright, now we got to go and do our hunt. And completing these types of quests, they do help complete things that are on your season pass as well. Now, some of them are more specific than just completing some quests. Some of them require you to do raid quests. Some of them require you to just do cards, which you got to look at the cards and see what it is. Be like some harvesting and stuff like that. I think we still got to be level 100 to get these silkweeds. Yeah, so we got a little bit of work to do. Now, there should be some links up here. The best way to find these guys is to start to do a little harvesting, I think. And as you can see, sometimes you got to kind of maneuver around, move, and you'll finally be able to harvest that little guy. Not a real big deal. Just takes a little patience. So there's one of 3. We'll get another one here in a minute. But this is part of the thing is it helps to clear the area out. It helps with the spawn of those little suckers. When you get all this cleared out, it starts the spawn cycle for the area. But we also needed to harvest resources, if you remember. So there's a lot of resources we need to do. For those of you in the Discord group, make sure you check down in our tab for this. It's got your tips and hints, because we posted up a link to an area where you're going to be able to go to an interactive map and choose the resource you're looking, whatever it is, whether it's animals you're hunting, trees you're looking to cut down, stuff you're looking to mine, plants you're looking to pick. It's got those locations of everything within this game located in there already, so that's pretty awesome. It's a nice tool. Like I say, if you're part of the Discord group, those are things that we post up for you. I'm not going to bother sharing the link here because it's not something that I myself created, but whoever is that made that, they've done a great job. I will give them all full props on that. Maybe wonder, why wouldn't you give that to just anybody? Well, you're not in a group, and there has to be a certain amount of competition within a game. Okay, as you can see, we've done a pretty good job of getting these fellas to spawn up. I'm surprised there's not more people hunting them. Usually this area is very, very... Come on, man. I want the cat. There we go. Try to get them into open. That's another reason why I try to clear out these trees and stuff, because it just makes it easier. So animal eyeballs, things like that. You're going to get different stuff. Cutting trees down, the better level axes you get those from your factions, or you can craft them as you get better forging abilities and crafting abilities. I went ahead and got the steel when we started with the Marauders. Grabbed steel axes. You'll see that, yeah, sometimes all you get is wood. Sometimes you get aged wood. Sometimes you'll get these different types of resins and things that are used in your crafting as well. So set all that stuff back for when you're ready for it. I myself, I don't really craft much with wood, but I have the ability to craft really nice bows and stuff like that as well. So, and you can craft a lot of these items and pass along to your team members. So it's a team effort. It really is. All right, so all that's been completed. Now you can, if you want to, travel the old-fashioned way. Looks like we've completed a few things up here for Season 6. Let's go see what we got. Activity cards done. Okay, not seeing the one that said we've got something completed here. All 371 to 500. We've not completed that yet, unfortunately. So as you complete them, what you're going to see is you're going to see like the participating duels. That's going to be the little skulls. The shields will be kill named enemies, kill beast 4 of 10. So I need to kill 6 more animals. So we could fast travel. Typically what I do is I will come through and I will just start walking. Because like I said, you miss out a lot of stuff fast traveling. You miss out a lot of stuff riding around on your mounts. There's nothing wrong with mounts. I have one. It's great. I did the pre-order. So we got the cool, the cool little wolf. We're going to go ahead and skin this rabbit. People aren't going to skin the stuff. We'll skin it. Helps with your tracking and skinning skills. But any kind of creature you kill is going to count toward those creature things, Well, I thought I heard something. I think that was someone's mount. But that is just some little tips for you guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video there. Again, we're going to post up that raid on the Barrows. We're going to post that up for everyone on our YouTube channel. We do a lot of live streaming here on Twitch, but we also take and put a lot of our tips and things and just, helpful hints and videos up on YouTube, because they only last about 3 or 4 days here on Twitch, unfortunately, some of the videos. So we try to work on getting that stuff moved over for you. But we will catch you later.